right.
man. Hey, Esau is the devil. Let's just put it like that, all right? We don't give them what it is. He made the computer. Esau's the devil.
Right.
So we back, man. We live. Hey, let's get to it, man. We was talking about how Black History Month is watered down, especially in the educational systems. Pull up the video of the school in New York, and I'll show you what I mean about watered down Black history. Play that video for the people.
A middle school in the Bronx is fully immersing its students in Black History Month.
Students are reminded of the months-long celebration at every turn, and CBS 2's Dick Brennan has this.
Walking from class to class is a learning experience for students at Leaders of Tomorrow Middle School in the Williamsbridge section of the Bronx.
So here we have our first exhibit.
Each hallway was transformed into a gallery of Black figures, culture, and history, and will remain that way for all of Black History Month.
Some of the students don't always see themselves in the images on the walls, but we really like to have them be able to walk away and understand that they are a part of some of this great and rich Black history and culture.
Two teachers came up with the idea and recruited some helping hands to decorate the walls with photos, maps, descriptions, and artwork.
This is our Black Wall Street exhibit.
Students can turn one corner and be immersed in the success stories of leaders past and present.
Here we have
Oprah,
so people of strength and perseverance.
Or they can walk through these double doors and learn more about monumental moments in history, such as the Underground Railroad and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and legacy. Other themes include the Harlem Renaissance, important Black educators, and today's hip-hop artists.
I feel like it's different because in school we learn math, writing.
This is the watered down I'm talking about.
Now we get to walk around the school and read all around and see pictures to even show more.
As I see it, I visualize that the trials and tribulations that our ancestors went through and how it was used to shape us as we are today.
The students say these are lessons they'll take beyond the classroom. Their teachers just hope every student can be proud of their culture and where they came from, no matter where that is. Dick Brennan, CBS 2 News.
Michael Jordan.
And the gallery is just one of a number of ways the school is teaching.
Now, this is what I'm talking about the watered down history, Black history of this is like I said, it's all the famous people, things of that nature. Martin Luther King, maybe a Frederick Douglass picture. I think I seen the Underground Railroad with Harriet Tubman, but they ain't telling the honest truth of what happened to Black people here in America. What led up to the people getting to that point, fighting the way they was during civil rights and the things that they did. They don't go through that because they know if Negroes get a hold of that, they will not be that calm and docile and loving Negro that they want them to be.
I remember back in high school, you would have to actually embody the person you're doing a research on during Black history. So if you was doing a research paper on Martin Luther King, you would have to do the detailed research, like the research
speech and stuff.
Do the speech. You would have to memorize parts of the speech. I have a dream. Right. So eventually, because what would that do to the youth was eventually that'll leave a remnant of inspiration on that youth.
Yeah.
And they would inspire, not to just be a gangbanger on the street.
Hey, now look, I'm gonna tell you this. I was thinking about this watching this video when I found it. You know what Esau does during Black History Month? They give Negroes all the feel-good stories of what happened to Black people here in America to motivate them to be better so they can keep America as the top country on the earth.
Bring it out.
Be like Michael Jordan. Be like Oprah. Look at all these successful movie stars. Look at Martin Luther King. He preached non-violence and he did this. He fought for civil rights and stuff. As they make no mention about Malcolm X.
No, they won't.
They don't talk about Marcus Garvey.
No, they can't.
They don't talk about the stuff that they did during the 50s and the 60s and in the plantation fields. They don't do that. They only give you the feel good so you can keep making America great.
There you go.
And Jake right there with him, because when you saw on the walls, you saw the Black Panthers, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he ain't tell you the COINTELPRO that went in with the Black Panthers. I can tell you that he didn't say that the Black Panthers wanted to separate.
How they assassinated What was the one they assassinated?
His
Fred
friend
Hampton. Hampton?
Yeah, Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
How they assassinated Fred Hampton. How they used his brother, his friend, to give him a little money to tell him how his house was set up.
Yeah.
Where he laid his head at. Where his girlfriend laid his head, or his wife or whatever laid their head at.
Yep.
He don't tell that part.
No.
He don't tell how we've been teaching gather yourself according to the scriptures. The Black Panthers gathered themselves together.
Yeah.
I bet you he ain't teaching them to gather black unity. He's teaching integration. He ain't teaching the full story of what the brothers and the sisters in the Black Panthers went through.
Exactly
if
right.
You saw it was what hip hop artists.
Yeah,
right?
come on,
bring it out.
How can you?
Man.
This is crazy. How can you add rappers into Black history? Like Black History Month, from what I remember, is supposed to educate you on things that you didn't know that happened about your ancestors. Every Negro in America know about rap. All black. Most of the black rap artists are. Most of the rap artists are black. You only got a few like Eminem and what's the other one? Officer Lyle. You know, you be singing down there. Put the camera on that singing brother. Here's the voice of the one Lily right here. Him and Sis Marie. What's
like Drake and all?
What we got? We got
what's some white rappers?
Oh, the Eminem is the only one I know. Or Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah, that's one. What the
Macklemore?
Macklemore?
Mac Miller.
Mac Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, them's the dudes that's going platinum and be whack.
Russ.
Yeah. I think we brought him out one time.
Russ,
Malone.
Oh, Post Malone. Yeah. Them was white rappers.
What's that? It's a Jewish. It's a Jewish dude with the curly hair.
Lil Dicky.
Oh,
his name Lil Dicky.
That sounds whack.
Lil Jewish.
But when it comes to rap, you don't have to put rap artists in Black History Month. We know who the damn black rap. Most of rap is black. You ain't got to tell us about them. So that was crazy. That's that watered down version.
There you go.
That goes
right there.
That goes
it surprised me.
Yeah,
only two teachers. It was only two teachers.
Yeah.
That's brought the whole situation up, right?
Yeah, they even brought it up because it changed the way.
Somebody said Paul Wall from Texas.
Paul Wall. You showing your age right there, brother. Paul Wall. Paul Wall was little
from Texas, ain't it?
Yeah, he about 10 years ago. Paul Wall. Hey, now go to the next article. Here's some. This is stuff they ain't teaching you. Go to that next article so we can bring it out to our remembrance. And while we getting that, go to First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 43. Pull that first. First Maccabees 3 verse 43. So we can show you this is what we great do, because we got to bring this stuff up because we was talking to some teenagers when we be out there teaching. Dude, I'm telling you, they don't know nothing about nothing, man.
Hey, that's everywhere.
If you are watching FCN, if you know about the truth, man, make sure you educate your kids on real history that happened to us here in America, man. Watered down stuff, man. I'm telling you.
And they won't be going around talking about Black History Month is in January.
Right.
Bring it out.
He told us that. He said, when's Black History Month? He said, January. I said, oh Lord God, bless his heart.
Yeah, you're doing them a major disservice.
Yeah, you sure are. Hey, so read that script.
First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 43.
Bring it out.
They said one to another, let us restore the decayed state of our people, and let us fight for our people and the sanctuary.
So that's what we're doing right now. We doing it in a different form because our forefathers did it physically because their life was on the line with people coming with swords and stuff at them. Judah Maccabees. Now we fighting for our people to restore the decayed state of your mind. Yeah. And real talk, and all of us can probably attest to this. And I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all can chime in. Me, I literally learned more once I got out of school than I actually did in school. Was it the same with you?
Same thing. Because remember, the scripture said, man, well traveled. When you come out of the institution of oppression, basically, you learning his history. Yeah. Learning Roman Empire, the Greekish, all that crap.
All the damn presidents.
Right. Now you outside where all the information is just out there waiting for you. Mm-hmm. Just like when you go down the street, you'll bump into the Israelites. Yeah. That'll give you the information.
Yeah, you're right.
Give you black history, genuine black history. Now there's even institutes where they have museums teaching black history now.
Yeah. And I learned that out of school. Once I got out, that's when I started learning more about who we was as a people. But when I was in the system, the school system, I was being taught that watered down stuff right there. I knew nothing about what happened to us as a people.
Absolutely.
But when I did learn that, and I came across the Bible, the Israelites, Deuteronomy 28.
That's right.
It turned on just like that. That's why they give us that watered down black history.
I never even thought about it past the people that they told me to research.
Yeah, you got
I never
a good point.
thought about it.
Good point.
A lot of us say, like you made a point, we learn a lot when we out of school. A lot of us say, damn, I wish I knew this 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah. Hey, so now go to that black history right there that they don't teach in the school system. Talk about black codes.
Yeah.
Now I tell you, like I said,
you won't hear that.
I never heard of this.
You will not.
How long do we spend in the school system? Let's see. You go from what like
7 in the morning.
Now I'm kind of. They didn't have pre-K back in the day when we was coming up there. I never heard of pre-K. I just knew about kindergarten.
Yeah, they had.
They had
No, they had pre-K.
They had pre-K.
When we was young, back in the 80s. You sure?
Yeah,
late 70s.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Talk to us, YouTube, Facebook. Did they have pre-K back in the? Look, some of these millennial brothers like, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Now they call it Head Start now. It's called Head Start. But they had pre-K.
Yeah.
They had pre-K?
I don't know.
They had pre-K.
Damn, I don't remember. Hey, and let you know, I didn't go to pre-K. Hey, real talk, I'm let you know this. I didn't go to kindergarten. This is how you know the Esau is the devil, man.
Damn.
I didn't go to kindergarten because my birthday, so I went straight to like first grade or something like that. And I fit right in. Hell, I was as big as the rest of the kids, right? My white Edomite teacher found out I didn't go to kindergarten one time, and she heard me say something about it. I don't know, because maybe the kindergarten kids walked by like, I didn't go to kindergarten. I went straight first grade. She heard it, and without even consulting my parents, guess where she put me?
Back in kindergarten.
She put my big ass in kindergarten.
Damn.
Man.
I'm damn 4 foot tall. Everybody else 2 foot tall. I'm laying on my back, looking up at the damn ABCs going across the like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm big as hell. Then she like nap time. I'm big as hell.
That's the best part right there.
Amazing. They the devil, man. Okay, so hey, somebody said not in the 80s. They had daycare. I knew it. I didn't hear.
Daycare?
I didn't know about pre-K, man.
No, it said started in 1965. Pre-K.
Yeah, somebody
Pre-K?
said 70s. Yep.
1960.
Okay, all right. Hey, let's get some of that
You ain't
real.
go to it anyway.
No, I didn't. Anybody anyway. I didn't go. Hey, let's go to that real Black history that white people don't want to talk about in Black History Month. Scroll down some.
Here we go.
Scroll down. Let's read that first part because we got a few we're gonna go through. Read that.
The Black Code, sometimes called Black Laws, were laws governing the conduct of African Americans.
So they told you Negroes how to act. You know what they call it nowadays? He sunned you. Hey, man, he just sunned you, man. That's what they did to us, man. They sunned us, governing the conduct. So they told Negroes, this is how you act around us since you, quote, unquote, free now. Read on.
Free blacks. The best known of them were passed in 1865.
As soon as you got out of slavery, supposedly Emancipation Proclamation, right? Read on.
In 1866 by Southern states after the American Civil War in order to restrict African Americans' freedom and to compel them to work for low wages. However, black codes existed before the Civil War.
Before. Go ahead.
And many northern states had them.
So even in the North, Negroes had to act a certain way around white folks. The black codes. Hey, scroll down some. I want to see if we can get to the black codes of what they actually was. Let's see what we got. What we got? Post wars. Go up some. Go up some. I'm gonna show you something. Go up. And click on, hold on, slave codes right there. Black codes is AKA slave codes.
Yeah,
there we go. All right, scroll down, and keep going. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Black codes is AKA slave codes. This is what they don't teach you in school. Black history. Read that.
Typical slave codes. There are many similarities between the various slave codes. The most common elements are movement restrictions.
Movement restrictions. They don't tell you that Negroes, you had the way you moved around, you had to be careful with it.
Couldn't go in certain areas.
Couldn't go in certain areas. Read that.
Downtown.
Most regions required any slaves away from their plantations or outside of the cities they resided in to have a pass signed by their master.
You better have a license now, Negro. It's the same thing now. Yep. You better have your license on you at all times. Let me see your ID.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And many cities in the slave states required slave tags.
Slave tags.
Small copper badges that enslaved people wore to show that they were allowed to move about.
Man, that's crazy. I'm telling you, I never heard of that before.
You know what they call them today?
What?
Dog tags.
Damn.
That in their school system too.
The military walk around with them dog tags.
What you no, in school, in high school, middle school, they have the school ID.
You're right. You're right.
You got to be identified. They want to know who you are.
Damn. Go back to it. Let's get to some of this. Because we give you some real black and not that watered down stuff.
That's right.
So Negroes, you couldn't move where you want to. Right. Marriage restrictions. Read that.
Most places restricted the marriage rights of enslaved people.
Now look at this. A lot of people don't know that jumping over a broom like Negroes do in the world when we got married, jump over the broom, that stuff literally came from slavery.
Bring it out.
Go ahead.
Ostensibly to prevent them from trying to change masters by marrying into a family on another plantation.
Go ahead.
Yep. Marriage between people of different races was also usually restricted.
It wasn't usually. Usually it was.
Right.
Guaranteed.
And I like that law.
That's right.
The Bible back that up. Right there.
Yeah. That's right. Completely support marrying within your own race. Read that one.
Prohibitions on gathering.
Prohibitions on gathering.
Too many of y'all black folk.
Too many of y'all Negroes in one spot. They got to be up to trouble. Let's run up on them. Read that.
Slave codes generally prevented large groups of enslaved people from gathering away from their plantation.
That's the same thing now. If too many of y'all in one area, you know they pulling up. They going to ride by.
Right.
What y'all talking about? Pull up.
Yep.
What y'all talking about?
Who said that? Jeezy, right?
Yeah. Ford Taurus pull up.
Everybody running. The Jump Out Boys. Yep. Read that next.
Slave patrols. In the slave-dependent portions of North America, varying degrees of legal authority backed patrols by plantation owners and other free whites to ensure that enslaved people were not free to move about at night.
You know what that's called now, where it talks about free whites? That's that citizens arrest type stuff right now. That's why white folk. You think that ain't going on now? Where you think you get all these barbecue Beckys and stuff like that, and these pool Mollies?
Right.
Because they own slave patrol. They are patrolling you Negroes.
Right.
Because you look like you live in this apartment complex.
Right. I was just about to say, you seen it on Facebook.
You sure? I've never seen you here before.
Let me see your key.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at your license.
Yeah. What apartment building do you live in?
What floor you stay
Show
on?
me some mail. You really work for UPS? Although you got a damn UPS uniform on.
Unbelievable.
How many? Did you see that one?
Yeah.
He was dressed up, head down.
In a UPS.
Brown.
Yeah.
And he said, no. Call the cops. She said, call the cops.
I think he's stealing.
He's
from around here, boy.
And he got boxes in his hand.
Right. He dragging them down the street. Now, everybody know when you see the brown uniform, you automatically know that's UPS. You know that's straight up.
In a truck, too?
In a truck.
You can't fake a truck.
No.
You don't see this big-ass truck with me with all these packages?
No.
You might have bought that for Halloween.
Right.
Although I know it's March. You bought that for Halloween, and you're wearing it today in my neighborhood.
When they got it wrapped in brown. What the hell is this?
Yeah, so that's slave patrol. They do that today. It's the same thing. We see it going on today. It ain't changed. Hey, now go to the next article because I want to get through. That's the black code / slave codes. So, hey, if your kid, ask your kids if they talking about slave codes during Black History Month, and they're going to say no. So you make sure you sit them down in front of this FCN show and you make them watch some real black history, not the watered down, stepped on stuff.
That lets you know you got some work to do.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about slave codes. They know you know you got some work to do.
Yep, exactly right. Go to the next article that we got up there. So that was slave code. Oh, convict leasing.
Here
you go.
Read that for us, officer.
Convict leasing was a system of penal labor practiced in the southern United States and overwhelmingly targeted African American men.
Overwhelmingly, right?
Oh, yeah.
Targeting.
They got to make it soft. That is stepped on, right?
Yeah, that's stepped on. Overwhelmingly, right? I don't see no other races in that damn picture. I don't see no Chinese. Hey, you know how they like to do? Because whenever we talk about racism and minority,
Irish.
Racism against minorities, they always want to throw in there Chinese people, and they want to throw in Irish, they want to throw in women, and sometimes when they feel it themselves, they throw in short people. You was going to call them that. I know it's going to come out your mouth. You call them short people, right? When they say that.
The Bible
little people.
The Bible said dwarfs.
Little people.
It's in the Bible.
Okay. Dwarfs, all right? But look at this. Whenever we talk about racism against minorities, they always throw Asian people in there. Yeah. Go back to that picture of convict leasing that was overwhelmingly targeting a minority people. I don't see no Asian people in there.
Right.
Ain't no damn Irish people in there. Ain't no women in there.
Cap, if we all equal, why isn't any other races? Why is it not targeting Asians, Caucasians, Arabs?
Is this Google?
This is Wikipedia.
This is Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So you telling me you type in convict leasing, the first person picture is showing is us.
It's us.
Bring it out. Unbelievable.
That's it. That's all that pop it up.
Unbelievable.
Read on in that, officer.
Convict leasing provided prisoner labor to private parties, such as plantation owners and corporations. Tennessee Coal and Iron Company. The leasee was responsible for feeding, clothing, and housing the prisoners. The state of Louisiana leased out convicts as early as 1844.
1844. Go ahead.
But the system expanded all through the South with the emancipation of slaves at the end of the American Civil War.
So so after slavery, it got worse. Right. So they was doing convict leasing during slavery, and once we supposedly got free, it got even worse.
Right.
That's backwards. If we get free, it's supposed to be better, right?
Right. Not here. Not in America the Great.
Not in America the Great. Hey, go ahead.
So, it could be lucrative for the states.
Now listen to this fact, y'all. Read that.
In 1898, some 73% of Alabama's entire annual state revenue came from convict leasing.
Now look at this. 73% of the state's money came from Negroes locked up in jail.
Bring it out.
You know how much money that equates to?
Bring it out.
That's millions and millions and millions of, because the state makes money off the taxes. That's why you got state taxes, right? Everybody got a job. Everybody anytime you buy something, you get taxed on it, right? That's state taxes. That's millions upon millions and millions of dollars came off 73% of Negroes back in the state of Alabama. Where's that in black history? That black folk literally built Alabama.
Right.
Bring it out.
And when we say we make that statement that America was built off our backs,
that's it.
This is literal.
Convict
You
leasing.
find it. Wikipedia.
You know what that also go into? The NBA is 80% black.
Yeah.
The NFL is 80% black.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Don't do it to 'em.
The state of your Sunday football is built on the backs of blacks.
Folks. Yep.
That's right.
You're right.
Damn.
That's crazy.
You exactly right. So that's convict leasing, right? Now go back to it. Let me see if it's any more in that. Scroll down some. Scroll down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, That's good. Go to the next, because you might have thought it changed, right? Because that's convict leasing, right? That's why, you know, they made the 13th Amendment talking about slavery is illegal unless incarcerated. So they locked us up, right? Go to the next article that's on there, because you might have thought it changed, right? Because it was what, 1884 and the 1865. We far removed from that.
We free.
We've came so far. Let's celebrate the success of Negroes in Black History Month, right? Go to the next article and look at this. Look at this. Read that for us, officer.
50 large American companies that use prison labor.
That large American companies. This article is not from 1865.
Right.
This ain't from 1865. This, you see all these damn graphics and the banners in the back and the white lady, right? This is recent news.
Right.
Go back to the article. Let's see some of that. 50. Scroll up a little bit. I want to see it. I want to see it again. 50 large American companies. You guys zoom out some.
Zoom out.
50 large American companies that use prison labor. That's the same thing Alabama was doing. It was called convict leasing in 1865. Scroll down some. Scroll down. Read that. Read the first paragraph.
Every day in the United States, over 1 million people go to work and make as little as 2 cents an hour.
Hold on. 1 million people going to work making 2 cents. Where they do that at? I'll make those. Hey, any of us make 2 cents an hour. Hey, if you sit in the interview and somebody say, you get to the thing, you're like, okay, so, you know, I think we want to bring you on, so I want to discuss some pay so you get full benefits.
Right.
Hourly pay is around 2 cents an hour. Is that enough for you? What in the hell?
Hey.
You get straight up out the interview.
Baby.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hey, I appreciate the interview. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Come on now, dog.
Go back to it, man. Read that. Zoom out some, man.
Over 1 million people go to work and make as little as 2 cents an hour, or sometimes nothing at all.
Go ahead, read it.
They're forced to produce and get punished if they refuse. Today, private corporations are profiting off a new form of slavery.
A new form of slavery. What's it called?
The private prison labor industry.
So they just changed the name of convict leasing to private prison labor. That's Black history.
Right.
How come that ain't been brought out?
Bring it out.
That all of our brothers, our uncles, our cousins, our fathers that are in prison in Black History Month are still suffering from convict leasing of 1865.
And if they refuse, put the article back up.
Yeah, that was a heavy point.
It said if they refuse, read that part again.
It says they're forced to produce and get punished if they refuse.
The refusal part, they'll throw you in a hole for months. Months at a time. Straight forget about you.
Right there, like extend your time.
There you go. And they'll feed you through a little hole.
Door in the wall.
Slide it. Possibly a whole plate of flip. Dang. Gotta eat it off the floor.
Let's go back to that real quick. Let's see if there's anything else on that.
The private prison labor industry is growing at a rapid rate in America.
That's called the school to prison pipeline. Go ahead.
And legislation exists to continually increase the sentences of prisoners.
So you mean the government is making laws to keep Negroes like they did back in 1865 in Alabama to keep Negroes in America longer? And we supposed to be happy that this is Black History Month?
Bring it out.
You niggas is crazy, man. You crazy, man. Hey, go to the next one.
That's crazy, man.
Go to the next one. We ain't done.
Yeah.
I got a few I want to get through here. And we're going to pull some scripts to give you the understanding. But I just want to give you that hard, uncut Black history.
Pull the scales off your eyes.
Yeah. Pull that next article for us. Pull it up. Okay, scroll down some. Scroll down. Sharecropping. A lot of people don't understand what sharecropping is, right? Play the video for the people. I'm going to show you. I'm going to make some comparisons about sharecropping. Let's play that.
Throughout the 1870s and 80s across the South, African Americans continued to lose more and more ground economically, politically, in every way.
Pay attention, said losing ground economically.
Before the Civil War had wealth because of land and slaves. Now they've lost their slaves, but they haven't lost their land. The wealthiest, most elite
they don't talk about sharecropping in Black History Month. I ain't never heard that.
Their former position.
Not the real talk about it.
The way that they were able to do this was by instituting as a substitute for slave labor, sharecropping labor.
The whole labor process after the Civil
Israel
War,
said my grandparents were sharecroppers.
Stages, you know, first.
So this ain't that long ago.
That the Freedmen's Bureau is helping to negotiate. Then you start to see in some of the labor contracts something that approaches what we'll eventually call sharecropping.
You know they back hurt.
Because
you
I was a slave.
Be like that all
I don't
day.
own land.
Pause it.
I don't
Pause
own a
it.
home.
Pause it.
I don't own much of anything.
Just hit spacebar, man. We pause. Now look at this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Real talk, all of us. Yeah. If you are bent over like that all day at work, you know damn well your back gonna be hurting.
Those brothers working in the warehouse, you know how that feels.
Yeah.
And that's only 8 hours a day.
Hey, and check this, officer. They didn't have back braces doing sharecropping.
I was gonna say that. And when you got home, your wife, if he allowed you to marry, wasn't rubbing your back because she was out there with you.
Right, her damn back was hurting.
Right.
Damn.
All of y'all just went to the cabin like this.
Yeah. Looking like Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Pull it up, man. Pull it up. That's the Black history they don't teach us.
Right.
We literally broke our back in the field, man.
And there was some exceptions that they lived long lives. But I read an article. The average years for a slave was about 5 years.
Dang.
They literally worked them to death.
I can believe that. That's why and when it came to Benjamin being brought over, they had to import them because they killed off all of Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanics, from working in those fields with that sugar cane and that tobacco. They back couldn't take it. No. They died, so they had to ship Benjamin and Levi in there by the boatloads.
Bring it out.
To handle that kind of work right there.
My mother and my father worked for Domino's Sugar right here in Belle Glade, Florida, and the Orange Company.
Yeah.
So they was in the fields too, picking
back bent over like that.
Just like that.
Damn, that's heavy, man.
Just in Pompano up here, they used to pick beans up here.
Yeah, we still do.
They still
pick beans.
Yeah, Levi and Issachar still pick beans down in Homestead.
Rican Ben Israel said, I broke my back in the warehouse.
Damn.
Go ahead, Cat.
Yeah, there's still trucks, old school buses painted blue, green, different colors that'll drive through the hood in Little Haiti, all the hoods, and they'll come pick up people every morning, take them to the bean fields, to the orange fields, so they can go pick.
So you mean to tell me, Cat Severus, Officer Elijah, are y'all telling me that our people still sharecropping?
Till this day.
Still.
Till this day.
Because they gotta keep showing up. It ain't like nobody. Our parents ain't that's in the fields now. They ain't never got rich. You ever heard of somebody getting rich from sharecropping? No. You ever heard of somebody getting rich from picking beans in the field up there?
No. Remember back then it was $5 per crate. Now it jumped down to $3.
Yeah.
So they decreased.
It decreased.
How big is that? How big is
that crate? Was about, I said, like up to like 10-15 pounds.
Of what? Just beans?
Of beans.
How much you think a bean weigh?
Oh man.
How much you think a little ass bean weigh? You know how many beans you got to put in there to get 15 pounds? To get $3. $3, y'all.
Yeah.
Levi would cheat and put rocks in there and cover it up with the beans so that way it could meet the weight.
Praises.
Try to tell you.
Go back to that video, man. We got a few things to get to. Lord's when we get to it, man. Let's get to it. Play the video.
For 20 years, I had been a slave. I'd been involved in agricultural labor, but you can't farm without land. And because one of the failures of the Freedmen's Bureau was its efforts to redistribute abandoned and confiscated lands because they were reclaimed by their Confederate owners, you find that freed blacks' only recourse is to become a part of the system where I get to farm your land and in exchange, you are promised a portion of my harvest, which sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
But I don't have any power in that. One, I have to farm your land. Two, I need supplies to farm your land, which means I probably am running up a credit.
So I got to rent those.
Three, you're the one that's keeping track of the credit. And four, I'm going to probably have to sell my crop to you anyway. And you're going to tell me what it's valued. You're going to take whatever portion of it that you want. And I might be upside down at the end of every season.
Because I got to rent the tools.
Instead of you owing me, I now owe you.
That's sharecropping.
And attached to that, this horrible cycle of debt is really the perilousness of agriculture and farming, because I can't guarantee a good season. I can't guarantee there's not going to be a drought, there's not going to be a rain, there's not going to be a bug that comes in and swallows up the crop.
Pause it.
Sharecropping.
Pause it, man. You see that?
Unbelievable.
So you got to rent the tools from them to even pick the stuff that's on the land. So every single day that they are taking money out of your check for using the tools.
Right.
So you never get ahead.
Yeah, you working to get yourself out of the hole. Right. Called a hustle.
That's a hustle, man.
Till this day, they're doing this.
And you see, you're right. Now look at, check this out. You see that we never got no money. Give me Psalms 52. I want to go to Psalms 52. Let's read 3 through 5 real quick, man. Psalm 52, 3 through 5. Then we're going to jump to because people think it changed. We celebrate all of this stuff for Black history. We think it's all good, but we getting the watered down version of it. Read that, Psalm 52 and 3.
Psalm chapter 52 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Thou lovest evil more than good.
That's the people that we live around. They love evil more than good. Now, real talk, y'all. Now, we ain't millionaires up here. We ain't got the best of everything. But real talk, America knows damn well that the jobs that we got and the work that we do for the jobs, the pay is not equivalent to the work that you do.
Right.
Real talk now, just think about this. They done cut back on the workers now, and now the average worker, real talk, just think about this. Yeah. We literally doing 2-3 jobs in 8 hours.
Bring it out.
We doing this job. At my job, we short staffed. We got like 3 people. Our area is supposed to have 6 people. What does that tell you? Every one of us is doing 2 people's jobs.
Right.
They won't give you that pay. They won't do it.
And even if you do have a good job, guess what you gonna do? They gonna make you work long hours to get that pay. They ain't gonna let you work 6 to 8 hours, have a good schedule and stuff. No, you about to work 10 to 12 hours to get that 60, 70, 80,000 that you get. You ready to pull a 10 to 12 hour job, 14 hours if we need you.
That's a mean hustle. Think about this, right? There's supposed to be 6 people in that position. So say if Cap getting paid $1,000 every 2 weeks, it's $3,000 that's supposed to be given to 3 extra employees that are not being given.
But we ain't get that.
Right. So you can't even give them half of that.
Nah.
You can't even give them $1,500 extra on their check. Split it against 3 people. That's a mean hustle.
Read that again. Read verse 3 again.
Hey, shout out to Jesse Moon. He said, I'm at work right now.
Damn. Hey, man, we send up prayers for you, man, right now. May the Lord be with you. Stay strong in the Lord and the power of his might.
That's right.
Hey, read verse 3 again.
Thou lovest evil more than good.
That's the people we live among. They love evil more than good. They know we ain't getting paid enough. Read on.
And lying rather than to speak righteousness.
They love lying. That's this Black History Month. They lied to us during Black History Month. They lie. Go ahead.
Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever.
Payback's coming. Go ahead.
He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living.
So that means it's going to be payback for what they do to us, man. They living it up right now, but God says we going to win in the end.
That's right.
Now, go back to that. Go back to that.
I want to pull a scripture out real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Go
to Leviticus 19 and 13. This is how.
What do you call?
Leviticus 19:13. This is how they supposed to be dealing with us.
That's right.
All right. This is how they're supposed to be paying us. Let's see what the laws of God.
Bring it out. You're going to make everybody
Watch
mad.
this.
Leviticus.
This makes me mad all the time. Every time I read this, watch.
Hey,
read that for me.
You see what the law of the Bible says?
God said this.
You believe in Jesus? Look Bible.
Read that.
That don't work good.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor.
How?
Neither rob him.
Come on.
The wages of him that is hired.
Read it slow. The wages of him that is hired. Come on.
Shall not abide with thee all night until the morning.
Oh, that means, what does that mean? That means
Bring it out.
the labor that you was hired to do, bring it out. That money you supposed to be paid that same day.
That's right.
So we should be taking home a paycheck every day. We should have some, so basically you saying that we should never be broke. We should always have some money in our pocket.
Every day.
I'll tell you right now, I can open my right now.
We should not be in the negatives right now.
Butterflies and
What's those things
credit cards.
in the old west that flow down the street where they know
tumbleweed.
the tumbleweed go down the damn street. That's what's gonna be.
Look, it's sad.
That's what's gonna come out my pocket.
I'm telling
Pocket screaming right now.
Pull that down. I'm broke.
Hey, grab another one. Grab Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 13.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bring that one.
Yep.
Bring that one out. That's even worse. Think about it. You already don't pay me every day.
Right.
But this the worst thing about it, because they always try to say, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They always tell the so-called African Americans that.
Yep.
Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 22 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
How was America built up?
Yeah.
Let's see if it was built up by righteousness. Continue reading.
And his chambers by wrong. That useth his neighbor's service without wages.
I thought you were supposed to love our neighbors as we love ourselves.
Yeah, that's what they teaching.
Weren't we their neighbors?
Right.
Read that part again.
That useth his neighbor's service without wages.
Read on.
And giveth him not for his work.
Sharecropping.
Yep.
Dang.
That's
There you
it.
go.
Hey, that's good. That's a hell of a precept. Now you can understand why God says there is no repentance for Esau.
That's
Look
right.
at all the laws that they break, man.
Come on.
You think they're gonna break all these laws of God and God gonna come back and Christ gonna come back and be like, you know what? I know y'all broke every law that was ever written in the Bible. Y'all live so unrighteous. But you know what? I'm gonna wipe all that clean.
For real.
And y'all can come in here and do that thing again up under me on my people. You
And
think
it's
you gonna
good.
do that? And it's all good. It's not happening. Hey, we got a call right now. I think it's Soldier Jonaniah out of LA camp, man. He want to comment on the prison system real quick. Soldier, you there?
Bring it out, soldier.
Is he there?
Turn him up.
Hey, turn him up some. Shalom, Soldier. Most High Christ bless. Hey, shalom, brother. I see you say you got a cousin in prison?
I got a little brother in prison right now.
Okay.
Explain to you how crappy Esau is with the wages.
Go ahead.
You ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when you get locked up, they either gonna put you in probation or give you a restitutionary fine. So when you get out, you still in debt.
You still in
Damn.
You know what?
You still in.
What they do is they stick that through you, and then this is how the labor system works. If you about to die, they want to give you that job because all the money.
Say it again. You broke up. You went out some. Say that part again.
Okay, so in prison, when you get locked up, they give you a restitutional fee that you have to pay off.
Yeah.
And what happens is all the brothers that is dying in prison, they don't want them to die in that death space in there. So what they do is they give the dying brothers and sisters those jobs. So when they die, that money comes right back.
Damn. That's crazy.
And, so my brother applied because he locked up right now, but they send him to firefighter boot camp, and he said, I'd rather be in prison because it's more order and all that than like in firefighter boot camp. And it's less officers and all that stuff watching over the people. But he said that when he applied for them jobs, it took him 6 years to find a response. And what he found out is that they're giving those jobs to the brothers dying. So when they die, all that money they work, the prison claims it.
Damn.
See, they're not gonna give you no money. So when you come out, you stuck with that.
You stuck with that. Hey, thank you for the call, Soldier. We gonna get back to FCN. Hey, so they give you the debt, And check this. You get out. Do people hire convicted felons?
Nope.
So how you gonna get the money to pay off the debt that you got when you was in prison? You know what you gotta do? You gotta go back to doing what? Selling drugs, being a criminal. You get caught again, they put you right back in the system.
And if you get locked up with money, let's say you go to do some foolishness and you got $3,000-$4,000 in your pocket, right? They don't put that in your effects. It goes into a machine. The officer got to put all the money in the machine, and they charge you every day for your sandals, for your uniform, and they take from that. So by the time you get out, that $3,000-$4,000 is gone.
No money,
because you got to pay for your stay inside the prison. So
you're sitting for free.
You're not sitting there.
Not only you breaking your back for all these companies, right? You also now you still got to pay for where you sleep at, where you eat at, the sandals you wearing, the clothing that you wearing.
Yeah.
So they hit you on both sides, all sides. So it's a lose-lose no matter what.
Yep, it's a lose-lose. Now to show you that it ain't changed, real quick, go to the next article, right? Go to the next article. That was talking about sharecropping and you can never get above, right? Look what's happening today in Black history. Pull it up. No. Go back. It's one before that. It's the one before that. It should be an article before that.
Nope.
Yeah, it is. I got it on mine, man. We got to find it. There we go. No, that's not it.
Hey, this is crazy.
Go ahead, pull your script, officer.
Hey, you know how crazy it is? Because, brothers be trying to avoid college because they want to escape from student loans. You escape from student loans, you get locked up in prison, you still going to get loans.
Right.
You still going to have to pay something back.
Right.
Hey, you know how crazy it is that
it's owner.
You go to jail, and you go into prison, and the prison pipeline system, they have power of attorney over your money now. That's crazy. That you work and you have income that you make in prison, but yet because you're their property, once you die, that money goes back to the prison system.
Bring it out.
Damn, there's no way of getting ahead.
There's no way.
That's a curse, man. Thou shalt be oppressed always. Okay, hey, do y'all got the article now? It's the fastcompany.com article about money. It's sitting right on there. While we waiting on that, go to Psalms 55:9.
All praises. I'm sure gonna pull Isaiah 42. Y'all brought that out yet?
Nah, we ain't brought that out, man. Pull it out. Psalms 55 and 9 through 11. Read that.
Psalms chapter 55 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city.
We see violence and strife. Now, this is the thing during Black History Month. We try to act like violence and strife in the city ain't happening amongst us.
Right.
Like it's all good in the neighborhood for 28 days. It's violence and strife going on, right? And we're going to pull an article a little bit later to show you, too. Go ahead.
Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof.
Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Go ahead.
Deceit and guile depart not from her streets.
Even if this is the Black History Month, 28 days, February, the month of love.
The shortest month, too.
It's the shortest month. It is still, deceit and guile has not departed from the streets of Babylon the Great. We cannot put a go to sleep for 28 days and act like everything is all good.
Right.
It was Black History Month. We learned about Martin Luther King and Barack Obama and Fannie Lou Hamer and Sojourner Truth, and it was all good. And then March come, here come those problems. Those same damn problems that was in March is still here in the February. You just try to act like they didn't exist.
Bring it out.
You can't do that.
Right.
Hey, you know how strategic it is that after Black History Month, then you receive your income tax? After they teach you about all that oppression, after you learn about all that oppression for 28 days, all right, here's a gift. Forget all about that. Forgive us.
Right. Go back to work.
Go back to work. Pull up an article about what's happening, because sharecropping is talking about you can't get up. This is happening. You see that? That says February 2/8/20. That's now, right? Read that title.
This is why the wealth gap between black and white Americans persists.
Go there. Go down. I want to read this. Read that right there. Read that right there.
Here we go. Black History Month has become the time to reflect on all the progress Black Americans have made.
That's what they do, right? Black History Month, all the progress. We fought for civil rights. We can vote, right? Get out and vote. Register to vote. We equality, right? Whatever. That's what they say we got. Read on.
But the sobering reality is that when it comes to wealth, the paramount indicator of economic security, there has been virtually no progress in the last 50 years.
Read it again. Wow. Read it strong.
There has been virtually no progress in the last 50 years.
No progress of money in the last 50 years. Negroes still broke.
And you know how crazy that is? Because they are more millionaires, black millionaires today than they were 50 years ago.
It was, but that let you know in the overall capacity of us as a people, we ain't gained a damn cent since sharecropping.
Right.
Damn. Not a penny.
And you know what's crazy? There's a lot of black inventors, right? Those that created the stoplight, the phone,
Super Soaker,
even internet.
Right.
Where is that wealth?
Right.
Where's that wealth?
Where's that residual income?
Residual income.
When
right.
you
Pump it back in our community.
Add it up to the totality of us as a people, it is 0 cent. Damn.
Wow. That's crazy.
Go back to the article, man. Black History Month. Read it. Read the whole article again.
Black History Month has become the time to reflect on all the progress Black Americans have made. But the sobering reality is that when it comes to wealth, the paramount indicator of economic security, there has been virtually no progress in the last 50 years.
Happy Black History Month, Negroes. That's why they know. Y'all can have your Black History Month. You can go ahead and celebrate your civil rights leaders and what's it? Harriet Tubman. Hey, we even throw Obama in this year for you. Go ahead. But we know really, y'all Negroes ain't got a damn pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. You ain't own the window. We own the window. You throw the piss out.
The window.
And the bowl.
And we tell you if you can open your window.
If you do throw piss out the window, I'm going to citate you.
Go get a citation.
This grass ain't your grass either.
Right. Pissy Paula gonna be right there to call the police on you. We're gonna give her internet name. Go back and read the second paragraph.
Unbelievable, man.
Read that second paragraph. Pissy Paula. Read that.
Based on data from the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finance.
So this is statistically proven. This ain't just made up out of thin air to make black people feel bad. It's Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finance. Facts. Read on.
The typical black family has only 10 cents for every dollar held by the typical white family.
I'm about to walk out of here, y'all. Y'all got to do the rest of the show without me, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You been to tell me
this is real, y'all.
You been to tell me they got a green dollar, I got a silver dollar, and on top of that, man, I got the littlest damn piece of money. The damn dime is small as hell, man.
Right.
I ain't got a quarter.
Right.
I got a dime, dog. Dang.
10 cents for every dollar.
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's curses, y'all.
Amazing.
Right.
Make a dollar out of 10 cents.
Yeah.
Four Corner News.
Damn. They gave you the smallest one, Cap.
That's crazy, man.
Smallest one, man. 10 cents, dog.
We broke.
We with you.
We broke.
When we say Negroes is hood rich, we literally mean that. Statistically, you only got money based on a hood statistic.
Right.
Because everybody else got 10 cents, you got 15 cents. Right. You got 2 dimes.
Yours still jingle. It ain't folding nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, man.
He ain't
You don't even fold, dog. You got you up here like this.
What the hell is this?
I got 50 cents. I'm about to get me some Rams with this 50 cents.
What the hell is this?
Go back to the article, man. Read it again.
Based on data from the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finance, the typical black family has only 10 cents for every dollar held by the typical white family.
Now, I want you. It's Black History. Look, this is the reality of Black History Month. Now, check this out. it said black family. It didn't say black individual. So that means mama working, daddy working.
Right.
You might have a kid that got a part-time job at Checkers or White Castles or work at McDonald's somewhere. All y'all put y'all money on the table, and if Becky, Bob, Billy, and what's a B name? Barbara put their money on the table, it's going to be a dime compared to what we got.
Right. So for every $1,000 that the white community has, we have 100.
Damn.
That's the comparison.
That, like at my job, we sell cars. So every time you bring in somebody, one person pays for a car. It's about 10 grand. I only get $25 out of that.
Damn.
Wow. That's awesome.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm tell you this right. Hey, this is why. Check this out. Black History Month. This is why they tell Negroes don't speak about your pay on the job.
Right.
You know why? Cause your white counterpart is getting paid 10 times more than you are.
Right.
You know?
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Oh Lord,
that's cool.
What the hell is this?
That's cool.
Let's move on, man. That hurt, man. That hurt.
I'm hurt.
Hey, read that part of the article.
I got paid today.
I'm hurt.
You mean to pay? You mean I've been working for 2 weeks and all I got was 10 cents?
Hey,
I'm hurt.
Hey,
right, trying to make it
$1.
15 cents.
When he got 15 cents, we got 10 cents.
You got 10 cents. You're going to be 5
And you know
cents
how
short.
wicked presses is too? I remember even at my job, they'll host this quarterly meeting, right? And there's a section in the meeting, right? There's a session in the meeting where they'll go over the finances, right? Right over there with you, basically trying to be an open book. And they'll show you how much money the company bring in, and they use terms, we are bringing in this.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
You're doing a great job out there.
Right.
Then afterwards, you know, everybody waiting. You have any questions? Yeah, when the discussion of the raises.
Right.
You just showed us the whole books.
Yeah.
So now we're going to discuss this raise.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I
Have
see
a
the
good
company
one.
jumped 25% in earnings. Are we going to get some of that?
Right. At least the 1%.
We're still talking about that on our board of trustees right now. We'll get back to you.
Right.
And they try to act like the whole business finna go out of business.
Yeah.
Right? They try to bring the minimum wage up to $15. And everybody in the business like,
Right. McDonald's a multi-billion dollar company. You can't afford to pay people $15?
Bring it out.
That's crazy.
They like, man, I don't even know how this business gonna stay afloat.
Right. We're going to go bankrupt. No, you're not. No, you're not, man. Hey, go to the next one. Go to the next one. Let's move through these quick, man. This is around be dang. Let's go. Redlining. Okay, we got redlining.
Hey, brother Adam say, okay, I'll leave early since y'all doing so good. I'm going home.
Redlining. Go to that. Let's read that real quick. Read that paragraph real quick.
Redlining in the United States and Canada. Redlining is the systematic denial of various services to residents of specific, often racial assorted neighborhoods or communities, either directly or through the selective raising of prices. Neighborhoods with high proportion of minority residents are more likely to
Now, I want you to pay attention to these code words. When they say minorities, they're only talking about black and Hispanic people.
Right.
They're not talking about women and short people. They're not talking about that. They talk about black and Hispanic people when they say minority. Don't get fooled by the words. Go back to that.
Neighborhoods with high proportion of minority residents are more likely to be redlined than other neighborhoods with similar household incomes, housing age and type, and other determinants of risk, but different racial compositions. While the best-known examples of redlining have involved denial of financial services such as banking or insurance, other services such as health care, see also race and health, or even supermarkets have been denied to residents.
Now you understand why ain't no Whole Foods in the hood.
Right. That's crazy.
That's why they only got what they got on the corners: McDonald's,
McDonald's, Burger King, Sedano's,
Walmart closed. They got police.
Solos.
You know what? I've never when you go to like rural areas where white folk be at. You notice you don't never see no cops in Walmart.
Nope.
You only see cops in Walmart wherever the hood is located at.
Right.
If it's close to vicinity, they got a police precinct station in Walmart.
Ready to go.
So they only give us the the Sonics, the Burger Kings, the Checkers, the Rallies, the White Castles, all the fast foods, but you ain't getting no Whole Foods. You ain't getting no
Publix.
No Publix.
You gotta drive.
No organic greens.
They won't have a Publix in the hood, y'all.
No.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
There's a Publix, on the Upper East Side, but on the West Side, there's no Publix. They'll give you a Winn-Dixie, and that's the place where you'll buy all the generic food.
That's the hood market right there with Dixie.
There's no green aisle in Winn-Dixie. There's no all vegan aisle. No, Publix you'll get that. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they got ground chicken in Publix, but they don't have it at Winn-Dixie.
Damn.
Yeah.
You get the bad stuff, man. You ain't get no grade A food out of it. So that's redlining, right? Pull up the next article. I just want to read the topic of that. So redlining is basically they force black people into certain neighborhoods based on how much money you got, how much money you make, the color of your skin. You get forced into certain neighborhoods, right? Read the next article. Just the topic, the line. Read that.
Redlining was banned 50 years ago.
The same thing with the money, right? Read on.
It's still hurting minorities.
Black people
today.
Black people doing Black History, but you still getting forced into certain neighborhoods.
Yep. Right.
Yes, it's right.
The regentrification of Little Haiti.
Yep.
Going on right here down in Miami.
Yep. Still going on.
Red line. They're keeping you out. And they do it so sneaky. So just remember, your good old president, Donald A. Trump. He was doing the same thing.
That's a good point you break out.
They dragged him into what? They sued him for doing that. For redlining blacks, not allowing them to rent from him.
Oh yeah, he did that. Yeah, I remember that. Because he owns properties. Yeah, he wouldn't allow black people to move into like Trump Tower.
Yes.
And you said they do it sneaky. You know how because I migrated from the top of the South, right? So I came down to the bottom of the South, and this is something new they hit on me that I was affected by redlining, and I didn't.
Oh, I remember.
And I didn't think about it at the time, but I didn't think it was about the term, but I knew like, damn, they don't want no black people over here.
Right.
You know what they do now? They do secretly. What do they do? What do they do before they allow you to move into a place?
Background check.
Credit check.
What is it called?
Credit
check.
Hey, for real.
650 or higher. 700 or higher.
650 or higher to live here. 700s and above to live in this neighborhood. That's redlining without saying it.
Right.
They know Negroes ain't got no 700 credit score.
Mine's fair.
Right.
It's fair. Not good.
No average.
Fair.
Damn.
What's some of those credit things? Fairfax,
Credit Karma, whatever.
Credit Karma. You got the Experian, you got the thing.
Speedometer.
They lose
average.
They go for the one that looks
less.
less.
Teetering.
Mine's actually redlining.
And they do that first, last, and security. Ain't no Negro got no 5,000.
Right.
Well,
they know that.
Is this?
3 money orders of $1,200? 3?
Right. You can't break it up. No, I need it all up front, buddy.
For real.
Hey, you got to pay for the money order, so you a little short.
Right.
Yeah, I'm $3. I'm $3. No, we need it all. Come back when you get those last $3.
Man, they took $3. Man, I had to get it.
Hey, now go to, that's a little bit of redlining, right? Black History. Go to the next one. I want to show y'all something. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Read that right there. This happened this month. Read that.
White judge placed an administrative duty after calling black woman juror in a head wrap Aunt Jemima.
Oh, man. This is your white judge called a black woman Aunt Jemima. Show the picture. Go to the picture. Because some people might know what we call it Aunt Jemima, but Aunt Jemima. Look at that. That's an old slave house Negro woman.
Right.
Damn.
And blackface.
That used to feed the babies, pop out her breast to feed Master's baby.
Yep.
That cooked the food. That Master snuck into her room sometimes late night.
Yep.
That's Aunt Jemima. Go back to it. They said a black woman with a head wrap, she looked like Aunt Jemima.
Unbelievable.
Black History Month.
They sneak it in there too. They make the syrup out of it. The Aunt Jemima syrup.
Yeah. They changed. They had to change that because it looked just like it. They made it after her. Everybody remember that syrup bottle?
Yeah.
Soldier Basilea, you remember that soldier at Aunt Jemima's syrup bottle? I remember it. My granny used to buy it. I used to pour that thing all over the pancakes.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a swirl on that thing.
Tom and Jerry, the one that the
woman.
Yep.
Go down. Let's read the article real quick. Read that.
While most people probably have more pressing things on their minds when they're selected for jury duty, apparently we need to be scrutinizing what we wear too. A Pennsylvania judge has been stripped of administrative duties
up north
after allegedly calling a black juror who showed up to trial in a head wrap Aunt Jemima.
In a head wrap. Go ahead, read that. Read that article. Read that.
According to KDKA TV in Pittsburgh, Allegheny County Common Pleas Judge Mark Tranquilly was so angry after a jury issued not guilty.
A non-guilty for what?
Verdict at the end of a drug trial.
Who you think was on trial for those drugs? What color you think he was? He was a black dude, right? He's so angry you didn't put this Negro in the private prison labor system.
Bring it out.
So his true colors came out in Black History Month.
Right.
Go back to it.
That lasted 2 weeks. He berated the defense attorney for allowing the black woman onto the jury. According to the
Why you let this Negro in here? Go ahead, rap.
According to the Pittsburgh Post Gazette, juror number 4 was a young black woman who had worn a head wrap throughout the trial. The judge expressed that he knew the DA wasn't getting a conviction from the moment the woman was questioned.
So as soon as they asked that woman a question, like,
She already knew.
Right.
You know why he said that? Because you black women, you Israelite women, if you wear head wraps and things of that nature, put on dresses, they know that you ain't the average Negro woman. They know you got a little bit of sense and something different about you.
Right.
That's why he's like, soon as he asked her, she ain't dumb like the rest of these blonde hair hat hooligans out here.
Because when they see that head wrap, for some reason they link that up. That's part of their culture.
Yep.
Right.
They know that.
They got some sense, right?
Go back to it.
In a closed-door meeting with Assistant District Attorney Ted Dorosky, and defense attorney Joe Ott Tranquilly allegedly said, "You weren't out of the strikes when you decided to put Aunt Jemima on the jury." Referring to the option Duskosky had to object to her selection. The judge had the nerve to even insinuate the juror might be associated with a drug dealer.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Just because she got a head wrap on, she's all the, see, this is the stuff you talk about. Oh, look how far we come, Black History Month. When they see your elected leaders and your forefathers and things like that, they automatically see what? Nigga. That's who they see.
Remember, it's a perpetual hatred they shall always have against us.
Hey,
Bring it out.
When Obama got elected as president, that's when the closet races really came out. You saw all the races, like, who let this Negro, this monkey in the warehouse? They was emailing him. I remember reading the article about them emailing him a picture with watermelons on the front house lawn of the White House.
Amazing. Listen, even after all his terms, you still got this president still got Obama's name in his mouth.
Bad mouthing.
Bad mouthing him. Everything, something goes wrong. Well, it's the Obama cabinet.
This man been gone for 4 years.
Right.
It's his fault.
It's still his fault.
He been fishing and shooting basketball or whatever. 4 years.
It's Obama's fault.
It's Bone's
He didn't
fault.
clean it up before I got
Go back to that paragraph, man. We're going to take a commercial break after this. But read that. The judge had the nerve.
Where we at?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. You know darn well.
Highlight it for him. The judge had the nerve. Read the paragraph.
The judge had the nerve to insinuate the juror might be associated with a drug dealer. You know darn well that when she goes home to her baby daddy, daddy, he's probably slinging heroin too.
What in the hell?
Tranquilly is accused of saying in the complaint.
See, this is what they see.
And then he'll be like, what? What did I say?
What did I say wrong? We always talk like this.
Right.
Come on, Chuck.
You know,
Right, come on,
guys,
Chuck.
I
Don't
want to
act brand new.
I want to apologize.
Yeah,
It's the first, they're always apologizing for something.
Then they want to issue a formal apology.
Need some sensitive training.
The Michigan University of Michigan.
Oh yeah,
You talking about that Edomite woman that made every black person stand up and had the Edomites ask for forgiveness from him? You ain't see that?
Not that one. I saw that one, but not that. We talked about last week. We brought on FCN that they hung Martin Luther King, Obama, Michelle Obama, Harriet Tubman. They hung them from a yarn rope from a tree.
Yeah.
Right.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
They want to apologize.
Yeah, we need sensitive training.
Hey man, so you can't sleep on this, man. You can't sleep. Give me Psalm 77 and 5 real quick.
Bring it out.
Give me Psalm 77 and 5 real quick before we go to commercial break.
Psalm chapter 77 and verse 5. Bring it out. I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient times.
So through the Spirit of Christ, the Most High, David said, I considered the days of old, the years of ancient times. We can't get caught up in this watered down black history that they pushing on our kids to keep making America great again. They want us to strive to be like the civil rights leaders that was bigging up and promoting all whole. What did Martin Luther King used to say?
Integration.
Integration. What did he say? He said,
black boys.
I have a dream that little black boys and little white girls can hold hands. That's what they keep pushing. That's what they want you to do, to get into politics and change legislation and all of that stuff. No, we got to consider the days of old, the stuff before that, what happened, the years of ancient times.
Yeah, because
when we were kings.
When you hear people saying, let's not remember the slave days or the atrocities that happened to us, let's put it behind us. Let's move forward. Let's see ourselves in a better light. Yes, that's true. But still, you got to shame that devil that says that. That's right. Because what they're trying to do is basically, we're stopping them from assimilating with this devil. That's what they want to really do. They want to assimilate all the way 100% with the devil and forget what happened to us in the past.
Exactly right.
But God said, don't do it.
That's right.
Always remember the atrocities that happened to our forefathers. Because what's waiting for us is greatness.
That's right. Yeah, you had
let me show y'all something. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, read verse 68. A lot of us will read this and don't really go back and put precepts to it and understand how much this is Egypt. How much America is Egypt. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, Egypt is synonymous for bondage, slavery.
Right.
God says the same condition. You were serving slavery in Egypt. I'm going to bring you back to that. How we know? Just jump to verse 64 right quick.
Verse 64.
Read.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
Now, we know the Bible don't contradict itself, so Egypt is on the other side of the earth.
Right.
God says wherever you're scattered to, that is Egypt spiritually. So let's see what happened in Egypt. Go to Exodus chapter 5. Let's read verse 1 and 2.
Read out.
Because sharecropping, convict leasing, redlining. Let's see what all of this is about. Read that. Exodus chapter 5, read verse 1 and verse 2.
Exodus chapter 5 and verse 1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
Now look, this is America that's about to respond to letting God's people go after 1865 Emancipation Proclamation. We're going to see if he really let us go. Read.
And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord?
Who is God? Who is God that I'm getting him 10 cents by the dollar? Who is God that I make sure I don't pay him every day? Who is God that I make sure I made him work for over 400 years and give him a dime? That is who is God. Read.
That I should obey his voice to let Israel go. I know not the Lord.
Read.
Neither will I let Israel go.
We went back into Egypt. Damn. They still doing everything in their power to not let us go because they profit off of us.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a cold preset. Cold preset right there. Hey, stay tuned. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back on Four Corners News. We got a little bit of something to talk about because we got a wicked hell day coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to tap in real quick. Stay tuned on Four Corners News.
That's right.
Four Corner News. Where truth.
Because I know out of anybody that's out here doing whatever they're doing, this is the real thing right here. And I believe that.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
Revelation 14:12 on our backs. That's that war cry and it's wartime in fact. Lines upon precepts, you know the crack. We stay on track while some of y'all known to crash. Pedal to the metal, foot be on the gas. That's making haste, you Terry, then you talking trash. Feeling like Daniel with Orlando Camp. That's that lines, then Mac could be the frying pan. Cotton picking never happened, you a liar, fam. With his shows and they invaders like Uncle Sam. How can you say real talk when your God ain't real? We the Israelites and one day you gon' bow on Neil.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
Ride through the city, teaching, show no pity. Spirit of my father's teaching scriptures till they kill me. They call for martial law, but this ain't no checking on me. Building in this truth, moving like it's Tetris on me. Ride through the city, ride through the city. If you an Israelite, then you should be riding with me. It's 144, get up on the mission on me. And the third part, waiting on repentance on me. Say who the next up, if your people, they come step up. You need milk before the meat, you expecting beef with some ketchup. These prophets on the move, with nothing to lose. The old man, I hung them up, left them swinging off a noose. Ooh.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
I'm a Levite, can't you notice? Since I found out who I was, no time for any emotions. So by my side, that a pocket for my dagger. We can go to war if it's righteousness that matters. Bringing out the lies like the token of virginity. Yeah, it's a crime to hate your brother, that's a felony. Baby, in the truth, you only have milk on the recipe. Don't know who you are, then gonna read Deuteronomy. Chapter 28 would give you history, we were slaves. Luke chapter 1 would tell you Israel would be saved. We gon' kick your ass and this ain't MMA. How about that's right, cause we Levites that said way. Riding through the city.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it go.
Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it
Four Corner News, where truth speaks.
Hey, welcome back to Four Corners News.
Where the truth speaks.
I'm Captain Zakar to my left.
Captain Severus.
To my right.
Officer
To my
Elishua.
far left.
Officer Tobias.
And to my far right.
Officer Lyell.
We make up Four Corners News.
That's right.
Hey, let's get into it, because, man, we great cast down imaginations with this wicked hell day.
Bring it out.
Called
Bring it out.
Lupercalia. Valentine's Day.
You said it right.
It's also actually called Lupercalia. You know, however they say it, man. But that's what it is. They just flip the name on you, right? Go to the article. Pull it up, man. Pull it up. We're going to get some history about where it come from. Look at that. It says Violent Times Day. Read that.
Brutal origins of Valentine's Day, where women were whipped, then forced to couple up in Roman Love Island.
In Roman Love Island, we know what color the Romans are. So for all you black folk that celebrate Valentine's Day, you once again follow it after your oppressor.
Right.
It said they were forced. Right. Y'all want to bring up Kobe? Let's see what Esau was doing. Let's bring up that line.
Bring it up, man.
Right.
Go back to that. Go back to that. Let's read that article real quick. Scroll down some. In centuries, right there.
In centuries gone by, February 14th has seen some seriously strange traditions that include women being forced to couple up in a Love Island style ceremony.
Go down. You see the picture. He can explain what's going on in the picture. Go ahead. Read that. Yeah, right there.
Women would be whipped by raw animal hide in a brutal festival believed to have inspired Valentine's Day.
Yeah, see, man, y'all know about these Edomites, man. They crazy, man. They come up with some crazy stuff. They ain't got no God, man.
That was their foreplay right there.
Right on the head. That's their foreplay. Get the whips out.
Animal skin.
They've been having whips since Rome.
Oh, man.
Damn devils. You know they Esau. Go back to it. Yeah, let's read that.
The Roman festival of Lupercalia, one of the earliest instances the date became synonymous with love, was launched to promote fertility in women, but its barbaric acts were distinctly unromantic. Women would voluntarily subject themselves to whippings from men who used raw animal hides, supposedly believing it would help them to have babies and ease childbirth.
So that let you know, even since the days of Rome, white folks ain't been able to have babies like Israel.
Right.
Yeah. That's why they make up this stuff. Whip me with some damn dog meat or something, anything to help me have a baby.
But the nuggets wasn't working.
Israel popping about.
Right.
We got to keep up with these Israelites, man. Do something. Make up something, y'all.
Just
wipe some blood on me.
Just hit me across the head with a dip.
Bow. Go back to the article, man.
Crazy, man.
Read that.
They then were forced to take part in a matchmaking lottery.
Yeah, this is where I wanted to get to. Read that part again.
They then were forced to take part in a matchmaking lottery to be paired up with a suitor who they would reportedly then have sex with throughout the remainder of the festival.
Wow. Remember that, because this is going to play a pivotal part. They got linked up with somebody, and then they just had sex with them. That sounds very familiar.
One night stand.
That sounds very familiar. I really don't know the person, but you know what? It's Valentine's Day. So, hey.
Yeah, they got shows like that.
Check it out.
Go back to it. Scroll down. Let's see. Naked priest slaughtering a goat.
What
Naked
the hell?
priest. Read that. The festival.
The festival called Lupercalia saw goats and dogs slaughtered by naked priests.
What you think they were slaughtering those goats and dogs to another god? Read that. The ancient pagan.
The ancient pagan festival, Lupercalia, began in a dark sacred cave as far back as the 6th century BC.
Come on.
Man.
Go ahead.
A group of Roman priests would gather and strip naked before slaughtering a goat.
Why you gonna strip naked? Why you stripping naked for, man?
Always got to get naked.
Hey, what does God say about? Go to Hebrews 12, man. I'm gonna show you what God know what He's talking about. God made him. He know exactly what type of spirit this man got in him since the days of old. It ain't changed. Hebrews.
And you know how much Esau will, they'll show themselves out. They'll actually show you what they're all about. They made a movie 3. How can you make 3 movies of one brother torturing the sister? 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
you see that? I seen the first one.
So it's it's about torture.
The brother had this sister write a contract, and he literally whipped her, do all types of things with her before he had sex with her.
I didn't didn't know that.
I didn't even know that.
Talk to me.
They had like two that right.
I never watched it.
And there's a book on it.
Yeah, they got a bunch of books. That was America's. That was a bestseller in America.
Yeah.
Hey, check your
A whole bunch of Edomites bought that thing.
stuff, man.
Was you the truth watching that?
Yeah, you
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I don't think you even see anything. I almost remember it.
And verse 16.
Brother, you ain't right, bro. You ain't right.
Hebrews 12 and 16. Read that.
All y'all gonna be doing push-ups after FCN.
Shame this brother.
Hey, run it.
Hebrews 12:16 about Esau.
Bring it out.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Lest there be any
So
fornicator
he's letting you know he's a fornicator.
or profane person.
Godless person. He's a profane fornicator. And he's godless. Read on.
As Esau.
As who?
As Esau.
As your neighbor-friendly hood white man.
Right. There we go.
Your neighborhood-friendly white man, God says that he's a fornicator and godless person from way back when, man.
Yeah.
Go back to the article.
Yeah.
Ain't he the one who created porno?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man.
That's why he can take our book and then go to Genesis and say Adam was naked.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
With no shame.
No shame.
They had to be naked because we like being naked.
You know how godless they were? They had, with all the power on earth, because they ruled the whole entire earth, they haven't set not one holiday from the Holy Bible for God. Not one.
Good point.
Dang.
Not one.
One.
That's godless.
So
That's godless.
So they call themselves mad at God. Huh?
Right.
So you
Go,
wanna
that's what they're
accept me?
doing, rebelling. And they're going to have to pay for it. Go back to that. So it says, two of the priests, what I'm saying, the second paragraph, a group of Roman priests would gather and strip naked before slaughtering a goat. You got to get naked to slaughter a goat. I guess they wanted to be, they wanted to freeball it. Okay. As a representation of sexuality, and then a dog for purification. Two of the priests would then have the animal's blood smeared on their foreheads with the same knife used for the slaughter. Hey man, that's how you catch diseases right there.
There's that corona right there.
Coronavirus, man. Before wiping it off with a piece of milk-soaked wool. What? Dip it in milk?
What the hell is
That's
this?
how they get off, man.
They drizzle the milk on it.
So,
Hey, these are some sick people.
So the
when in Rome,
do is the Roman. Do is the Roman.
It's a bunch of
This
men
what they was
doing it.
doing.
Right. Go to says brutal whippings to aid fertility. So we read about the whippings, right? Scroll down. Scroll down. I want to get to a main point. Scroll down.
Naked as shit.
Nothing but men.
Right there. There we go. Sex fuel. Scroll up. Scroll up. Right there. Sex fuel. Read that, officer. Read that.
Sex fueled Love Island lottery. Once the beatings
Go ahead.
Once the beatings were complete, a Love Island style matchmaking ceremony would take place, according to some legends. All of the unmarried women would reportedly add their names to a large urn.
So all the unmarried single sister hoes out there, the whores, go ahead.
Before it was passed around any single Roman
So
man.
wasn't no proving. It was just whoever got their name picked out of the basket, I'm yours for tonight.
So Valentine's Day was ancient Tinder.
Damn.
Swipe.
Right.
Swipe.
Man, you just cut a lot of people, man.
Swipe.
Match.
Match that swipe. Oh, it was old MySpace. Huh?
Right.
MySpace.
Tom came back on the earth and made MySpace.
Right.
Man. Go back to it. It says once the beatings. Read the second paragraph.
All the unmarried women would reportedly add their names to a large urn before it was passed around any single Roman men, who would each pick out a name.
Scroll down.
What the hell is this?
Read that.
The couples who were matched up would remain together throughout the festival, with many going on to stay together afterwards, while the exact details of what they'd get up to remain a mystery.
Vukovic. That's what it is. Vukovic.
Previously admitted the entire festival had a sexual aspect.
Read that part again.
Previously admitted the entire festival had a sexual aspect.
A sexual aspect. Now this is not look at this. This is where Valentine's Day come from.
Bring it
now
out.
what does Valentine's Day? Now I'm not even gonna go to the next article. Let the article speak for itself. You think this stuff happens for no reason? No.
Right.
gonna go to Psalm 64, man. I got all the scriptures
Break
right
it
here,
out,
man.
yeah.
Psalm 64, it just had a sexual act, the whole festival, right? Psalm chapter 64, and let's read verse 6. Read that.
Psalm chapter 64 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
They search out iniquity.
They search out sin. Lupercalia come from Rome.
Right.
Valentine's Day come from Rome.
Right.
That's thousands of years ago. They searched out that sin of fornication. Read on.
They accomplish a diligent search.
They made sure they went into the annals to make sure they got every aspect of how Valentine's Day came about. They know the name that it was called before it was called Valentine's Day.
Right.
Read on.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart,
the mind
is deep.
It's deep. They don't just throw stuff out. They make sure that it is well planned out. They make sure it's searched out historically. They make sure that the events that they got carrying on right now, they know exactly where it come from.
Right.
Jump up to verse 5.
Verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of lame.
Commune means they have meetings.
Right.
Bring it out.
They meet on this. Listen, we got to introduce this to the majority of the public. We got to make a holiday. We got to make this popular.
Yep.
So marketing, sales need to happen.
Right. So they was like, so they'll commune. They was saying, hey, so are we gonna still whip each other? No. Let's get the heart kisses to give one another. Yeah, we could do that.
Right. Read.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
You see that? That's their thought.
Who's really going to research what Valentine's Day means?
Right.
That's what that means. Who shall see this? Nobody will find out that this goes back to an ancient pagan festival where we used to pass around the hoes' names in the urn.
Right.
They'll never look that up. Just give them some chocolate and roses and they'll be totally fine with it.
Right.
They don't have no problem with the beating. They got that bondage stuff. What they will change is they ain't finna kill no dog. Right now. Chuck, you have gone too far with the dog killing.
Right. They gonna marry it. That's why. Can't kill their husband.
Peter,
that's what it's called?
No, save the dog.
Hey, so you see it said it had a sexual aspect to it, right? Go to the next article. Go to the next one. Now look at this. I just want to read the title. Teenagers and issues related to Valentine's Day. Because you know, all of us was in high school and middle school. Well, they used to stop class so you could get up and go around the desk and pass out Valentines to everybody in the class and to that certain person you wanted to.
Right.
We all was raised up in that.
You had that big envelope for that sister.
Yeah, there was.
Big one.
Or you kept the bear stuffed in your locker, and when it was time to give it to you, teacher, can I get a pass to go to my locker? I got a gift for her. And you pull out the damn bear out your locker, right? Yeah. We did that. So we all experienced that, right? Pull up the picture. I think I posted the picture, right? Pull up the picture. I want to read a certain segment of the article of what it was talking about. Do we got it? We got it. Read that for us real quick, officer.
When your teen is dating, another major issue is curfew and what they will be doing. Since St. Valentine's Day is a romantic day, many teenagers may be planning on having sex.
Hold on, what?
Hey,
what the hell? What in the hell? Many teenagers, because you let them have a boyfriend on Valentine's Day, your daughter ready to get her back blown out.
Right.
Damn.
Bring it out.
Unbelievable.
Over some candy.
Yeah.
Right.
Over chocolate.
Right.
Cheap.
Over some fake roses.
Yeah.
Right.
Over a Dollar Tree teddy bear.
You played yourself, sisters.
Yeah.
You played yourself.
To value your whole morals out the window for a box of chocolate.
Threw away her virginity.
Basically, America's telling you, prepare your young youth to get blown out.
Right.
Prepare them to be hoes. Prepare them sons to be whoremongers.
Right.
Prepare them to come to the clinic because they're going to catch something. Because they're going to be feeling they're going to get caught up in the emotions. And some of them going to go out there and bareback. Oh, and we waiting on them. Oh, we waiting on them.
So you November babies, we know.
Right. And go back to it, man.
And what they did this year, and they disguised it as something else, but they gave them kids off early release. Down
Wow.
here. It's early release tomorrow.
Oh.
On Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Oh, they wicked as hell.
So think about this.
Hold on.
12 o'clock.
Go ahead, officer, because I think you're going to say
Yeah,
it.
early release.
I bet
you know you get home early. The parents ain't home.
They still at work. Oh,
They
this
still at work.
place
You
is
know it.
wicked as hell.
The parents don't even know it's early release tomorrow.
Florida is wicked as hell, man.
I was just
You
talking
know
about
what we was doing when the parents went home.
Every early release, that's what we used to do.
Oh,
exactly what
man,
you
that's
used to do.
wicked as hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Come to
If
my
this
place.
ain't Babylon the Great that
Babylon,
ought to be
y'all.
destroyed, I don't know what place is,
That's
man.
a setup.
Get out. Yeah. Hey, fathers, you in Florida, you hearing this right now? Call off. Tell them you're going to do half a day, and when your daughter come home,
Bring it out.
you're going to be sitting there right there on the damn couch.
For real.
Watching TV like,
Oh, she'll sneak them in through the window.
Yeah.
And not only that, but these parents are letting these children go to the movies.
Of course.
Oh, I'm finna go meet them. You think they don't have sex in the movie theaters?
Yeah,
absolutely.
What? You think
You better believe it.
brothers getting hand jobs?
All of
Sisters?
them, all of
Yeah,
them.
they do that.
Watch this.
Bring it
Check
out.
this
They
out,
do
though.
that.
Watch this. Go back to the article. It's going to show you. Valentine's is a romantic day. Many teenagers may be planning on having sex because Florida's letting them out of school early tomorrow.
Right.
Read that.
Unfortunately, in today's world, teens are becoming sexually active, often around the sixth grade.
Around what?
Sixth
That's
grade.
11
They going to be letting 11-year-olds go home so the little boy can go home and
Right.
11 years old.
What's wrong with you?
Sixth grade, they about 11.
11?
Yeah, they 11, 12.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it's bad. It's bad because in the hood now, when a sister say she a virgin, most men like, I don't believe that.
Nah.
I don't believe
No
that.
way.
Yeah.
You celebrate Valentine's Day? No way you a virgin.
Hey, give me that Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10.
Break it out, man.
Hey, before you grab that, you gonna read that. Go to Google and show them the price of how much a ruby costs. The most expensive ruby.
Price of a ruby.
Of a ruby.
That's amazing,
Proverbs chapter
man.
31 and verse 10. For you sisters that want to sell yourself short for a box of chocolate,
Yeah.
Right.
for some teddy bears,
Yeah.
for some flowers, for a gift card, for the movies. You got that article? Read that. Read that until they get it.
Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10.
Read.
In New Jersey, go ahead. New Jersey, they doing it. Go ahead, man. Read it.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
It says, who can find a virtuous woman? Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
Now that virtuous woman is going to be kept in store for her husband. She ain't going to be opening her legs to any brother that pass by.
Look at them prices.
You see the price of those rubies?
279,000. 17. Go to the next. 17,500.
That one $1 million.
$1 million.
Come on.
$1 million. $11,000 for a ring.
Damn.
$53,000 for a .21 carat.
Now read that again.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Read.
For her
Scroll down
price.
some.
For her price is far above rubies.
So
There
you
we go.
telling me that teddy bear costs $30 million?
Damn.
It says her price is far above rubies. Women, you Israelite women, you're worth way more than that.
That's right.
And we selling ourselves short
Right.
for damn Dollar Tree,
Oh, bring it
Walmart,
out.
box of chocolates.
Balloons.
Bring it out.
$2-3 at the most, and God says you a virtuous woman, you worth more than $30 million.
Right.
Your number, your value is priceless.
Right.
Right.
You can't even put a number on
Right.
how valuable you are.
Well, you can't go to the store and buy that.
No.
You can't find a virtuous woman out in the world.
You can't order that off Amazon.
Right. Can't do that.
Go back to the article, man, because it gets worse. It gets worse, yo! Atlanta, they said they got a snow day. New Jersey, they let them go home early. This place is full of wickedness.
That's
Atlanta
cold as
don't
hell.
even snow.
Right, that's cuddle
It just
weather.
get cold, man.
That's
Go
crazy.
back to the article, man.
For what?
So look at that. Sexually act. It says around the 6th grade. Read that. However, start it. However.
However, typically 6th graders do not consider oral sex as being sexually active.
I'm done,
Wow.
y'all. I'm done.
Hey, this place got to go. Lord, send the bombs.
Go on now,
Send the bombs,
Send
Lord.
the biggest bomb ever.
I'm done.
Yeah.
They must don't know you still could get herpes in your mouth.
Do you see what 11 years old are doing? So they going to the doctor, Heimlich not broken,
Right.
T.I.
Right.
The whole her whole jawbone.
Jaw.
I remember what they used to call you. They used to call you jawbone.
Chicken head.
Jabba jaw.
Go back to that, man. However, typically, 6th graders do not consider oral sex as being sexually active. For them to put that in an article, guess what that means? They have talked to 6th graders, and most 6th graders have put their mouth on a little boy. I'm a virgin. The only thing I did was
X, Y, and Z.
Right.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, my daughter was
and you can't check their mouth.
Right.
Nah.
Nope.
Bring it out.
Unless they.
Hey!
Sway, take a few steps back.
Man!
You ain't.
Hey, you fathers! You fathers!
If you crazy, man. Valentine's Day for your eyes.
Right. You fathers, if you truly love your daughters
You
now.
better have a sick day tomorrow.
Right. Use that vacation time for that day right there.
Make your daughter stay home from school and you stay home with her.
For
Y'all
real.
watch damn 12 Years a Slave or something.
Right.
Go back to it. Let me finish. Let me read it. It says they don't consider oral sex as being sexually active. Therefore, St. Valentine's Day is another opportunity to discuss sexuality with your teenager.
Bring it
you
out.
can explain your expectations, the consequences of being sexually active, pregnancy, and STDs, and precautions they need to take if they decide to become sexually active.
Like they grown, they know.
Like they grow. If you want to have sex, you can have
Come
sex.
on, man.
11-year-old. I just want to make sure you know the consequences of what happens if you decide to lay down and spread your legs for a 10-year-old boy.
Right.
Amazing.
The consequences, my foot off in your.
That's the consequence.
Hey, give me this
I will
script.
roundhouse kick you.
For real.
We don't advocate violence. Beat them on the sides. Like
Right. According to the word of God.
Lord says beat them on the sides.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead, officer.
Give me that Sirach chapter 26 and verse 26. Sirach chapter 26 verse 26. Let me
Kentucky
see.
got parent-teacher conference.
25.
Kentucky got parent-teacher conference tomorrow.
What?
Man, these people are wicked, man.
They have a.
You got to work,
So
though.
they catering to
So the
sin.
parents got to work.
Right.
Catering to fornication,
But the
y'all.
teachers.
This place got
Look,
go.
remember the script said the inward thought of every one of them is deep.
Hey.
They knew this was coming up, so they started putting on the calendar
Right.
made up days to get people off, kids out of school
Oh man.
to go do the do.
Yeah.
Right, because they're going to be skipping anyway.
Boy, some
Basically,
furniture moving.
parents are rubbing the backs of their children to go ahead and do this thing.
Right.
Be whores and
The school
whore
already
mothers.
making it available. They're giving you the time off. Go ahead and do what you
All
gotta do.
for
Because
Do
don't
what
they have-
thy wilt.
Cause don't they have like parent committees or something that can tell a school board? Nah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They can
Right.
go and tell what they.
And if you go to like your local city governor or mayor and stuff, you can get a city school board.
Right.
You can get that stuff changed. But most people, black people ain't doing that. Definitely, we at work. We ain't got no time to take off. We try to get that 10 cent.
Right. Trying to make $1
to 11 cents.
Right.
Dollar out of 10 cents.
Hey, read that.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 26.
Bring it
Read
out.
verse 25.
Verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
That's why when you see in our neighborhood, we have a lot of bees and hoes.
Yep.
God, read that again.
A shameless woman.
So you mothers and you fathers who's allowing your daughter or allowing your son to have boyfriends and girlfriends, read it again.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Do not be surprised when somebody's talking. Hey man, that girl right there give good head. Who you talking about? Her right there?
That's my daughter.
That's my daughter. Don't be surprised.
Oh, I didn't know it was your daughter, man.
No, I mean her right there.
She's 12 years old.
Right.
Right.
Now you got another R. Kelly in your hands.
Right.
Go back to the article. Go back to the article, man. It says if they decide, right? It says just because you discuss precautions doesn't mean you are giving your approval. Go
Yes,
down.
you are.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Right.
The only way you're not giving your approval is you bet not do nothing. You gonna wake you. Tell you
I'll
right
wipe you
now.
out off this
I
planet.
brought you into the earth.
Right.
I take you out. That's what my mama used to tell. My daddy used to tell me, man. Go back to it. All right, okay, go to the next article. Go to the next one. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. I'll see if we get through it, man. Go to the next one. We almost finished. Look at this. Now look at this. You go out there, you messing around with that and Valentine's and one night stands and giving up your body for some chocolate and stuff.
Go.
You might not know who you get with.
Right.
Woman cuts daughter's hair after baby daddy got it fixed by another woman.
Wow.
Go to that. Go to it. Let's play the video from her. Because this is on World Star, so we might be good. Play this. Look at this, y'all.
Ostrich alert.
Ostrich alert. Be crying.
I don't care. I told you, stop playing with
me. That motherfucker cut my baby hair out of here.
Unbelievable.
Look at that shit.
Ostrich.
That shit sad.
She cut the little girl's hair off.
But you don't hurt the dad. You hurt her feelings. You hurt my baby feelings. My baby sat there for 2 hours.
I do my own girl hair.
My baby sat there for 2 hours.
Look at this.
Look at her face. She cut the little girl's hair off because the baby daddy got it done by another woman. You met Kim You want to have sex in high school? You mess around, get linked up with one of them for life.
He ain't even with her.
No, cut the little girl's hair off right there on the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to the
Baby can't do
look at that little girl's face.
Terrified.
Look at her face, man.
And the little boy sitting there like this.
I can't believe
Ostrich.
Right.
Look at that, man. You're going to scar that little girl for the rest of her life. Because you want to celebrate Valentine's Day, giving chocolates and stuff in middle school and high school. You got linked up
That baby hair
with
was
somebody you didn't know.
That baby hair was long, and she just...
Yeah, that's it.
Snip.
Look at that, man. That's terror in that little girl's face, man.
Amazing.
You keep messing around with these Valentine's Day, you gonna get and all it's sexy. Look, go to the next one. You
gonna get that shameless woman.
You gonna get that ostrich.
Right.
Now look at this. Look at this, y'all. Pull up that article. Cause you might think you're just going out for dinner and stuff. You think that women, you're crazy.
Right.
You're crazy if you think we just taking you out cause we like you.
Right.
Read that for us, officer.
Forget the cards. 90% of men want sex for Valentine's Day.
Survey says.
Right.
90% of men.
The 10% are the Edomites that want the whips.
Yeah.
The 90% is Jake, is Israel.
Right.
90% of men just want sex.
Right, that's it. They just want the drugs.
That's facts.
That's facts. That's a survey.
That's facts.
So they're going to go above, get the chocolates.
Right.
Get the flowers.
And guess what I want after this?
Think about it.
You want dinner? No problem.
God says their price is above rubies. That's a lick. If all I spend was $30 to get the drawers.
Yeah.
And she costs $30 million plus.
Yeah.
And I only spent $30 to get it.
Yeah.
Golly, want me to aid.
Yeah.
Shameless.
Hebrews 13:4.
Bring it out.
Because within that 90%, it's a whole lot of girlfriends and boyfriends.
Right. Yes.
Husbands and married couples, we ain't worried about that for real. We get it whenever we want to.
Right.
That's single man and single women, a single man that took that survey like, hey, I buy some flowers, some cake, a teddy bear. I spent $15. That between your legs is worth $15.
Damn.
Give it to me. That's all it's worth, $15. Nothing more.
Right. I ain't come here for nothing.
Even most sisters that be like, nah, I'm going to milk him for everything he got. Ain't going to be that easy.
Eventually.
Still, at the end of the day, remember, brothers will hang their head low for a while.
Right.
They don't care. They'll wait. They'll spend that money.
Yeah.
Right. You got brothers like that.
And they know.
And the next thing you know, he'll get the draws.
Yep.
And he's on to the next one.
Right.
Yep. And you end up with a baby mama.
There you go.
Right.
You got a baby daddy like that.
Right, I had a cousin. He'll literally tell his sister, I'll pay for it. Literally tell her. He don't even shoot game. I'll pay for it. And he pays for it.
Hey, go back to that article. Hebrews 13:4 real quick before we take the call.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
So the bed is undefiled between a husband and a wife, not a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
Right.
A boyfriend and a girlfriend, if you laying down, you are defiled. Both of y'all.
Right.
Read on.
What? Whoremongers.
You man that sleep around.
And adulterers. God will judge.
And I didn't even pull up the article that on Valentine's Day, guess what happens a few weeks later? The most cases of STDs happens right after Valentine's Day.
Bring it out.
You know why? God is judging.
Right. And a lot of divorces too. A lot of divorces too, because that woman, he ain't get a lot of adulterers. I ain't get what I wanted for Valentine's Day. Or our sex drive ain't like that anymore.
Where was you at on Valentine's Day? What happened? Oh, you was with that other. I saw you. I caught you. I had somebody follow you.
Right.
Divorce. Hey, we got Captain Gad online right now. Captain Gad in the house.
That's right.
Hey, Shalom, man.
Hey, Shalom.
Turn him up.
Turn him up for us.
Hey, I'm going to tell you real quick. I'm going to tell you something, because I know how to go. I'm going to tell you. Hey, this Valentine's Day stuff, I'm telling you, you paying for STDs with a box of chocolate.
Hey, bring it on.
STDs with a box of chocolate.
With a box of chocolate.
That's true.
It shouldn't say Hallmark on it anymore, ain't it, Cap? It should say STDs.
Right.
Herpes.
All praise.
Hey, all praise to the Most High, man. We appreciate the call,
Hey, how's the weather,
That's
man?
right.
How's the weather up there?
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all, man, it's cold as hell.
Hey,
I said go to chill.
Captain Gad's in Denver right now. That's why he's not on
That's
FCN,
right.
but he's cold, man. Hey,
Freezing his
the
ass off.
FCN fans is going to keep you warm with their prayers, all
That's
right?
right.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, all praises. I'm going to need it. All praises.
All praises, man.
That's right.
Hey, let me
Most
get
High
this
Christ
script.
bless.
Let me get this script.
Hey, shalom, y'all. What's up?
Hey, shalom,
Hey,
Cap.
go ahead, pull the script, Cap.
Hey, 1 Thessalonians 4 and verse 3.
Bring it up.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
For this is the will of God,
This is good.
even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication.
That's the will of God, that you abstain from it.
Yep.
Valentine's Day, all it is big bowl of fornication.
That's it.
Bring it out. This is a day dedicated for fornication.
Yes.
Right.
Read.
That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel.
You see that? Possess your vessel. Your vessel is your body. Control your members. Read.
And sanctification and honor.
You see that? And honor.
And honor.
By
Yeah.
you possessing yourself, respecting marriage. Not falling for this okie doke to Valentine's Day where it's a free pass to go fornicate. Because this is a time period where they pushing condoms.
Yeah.
Chocolate in the box of condoms.
Yep.
God said that's fornication.
Yep.
Possess your vessel.
And
Keep it
honor.
honorable.
Yep. Same to you, men and women. Keep your body honorable, man. Cast away the wicked imaginations of this world, man. Women, you're more valuable than a box of chocolates and a teddy bear.
Right.
Man, your rod and the body parts and what comes out of you, God says, it's the greatest thing. Or you actually create gods.
Right.
Right.
And you willing, as long as you buy some chocolate. Go back to the thing. Pull it up. You buy some chocolate. You like, hey man, I'm trying to get this up out of me, man. I don't care where it land, what happened. I ain't worried about taking care of it or nothing, man. 90% of men want sex for Valentine's Day.
Right.
So you get that chocolate, sisters, you already know he plan on making you a whore later on that night. He's actually paying for sex, so you're really on Valentine's Day. You're making yourself a hooker.
Right.
You know what's coming behind that.
What time it
you
is.
know what he want.
Get that.
Go. Hey, scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a little bit. I'm gonna read it real quick. 90% of men say that sex is the #1 thing they want for Valentine's Day. #1, man. Pull that script, officer, real quick.
Hey, read that.
Chapter 19 and verse 29.
Bring it out.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
That is what you women, you men, you fathers, you mothers, that's what that's what you're doing on Valentine's Day. You're prostituting your daughter.
Yep.
You're prostituting your son.
There you go. You prostitute yourself.
That's what you're doing. Think about this. You think we men would keep Valentine's Day if women weren't involved?
No.
What thing we keep where it doesn't involve a woman?
Right.
I'll wait.
Right, I'll wait. Everything we men do is based off of the woman.
Right.
Bring it out.
I'm gonna get a good job so I get me a good looking woman.
Yep.
I'm gonna get me, guess what? I'm gonna get the best looking car so I get me that good looking woman.
Bring it out.
Everything we do is for the woman.
Yep.
Think about it. I'm gonna play football, get this $1 million house for my mama.
Yeah.
Even if you go anywhere you look at it, we do it for the woman.
Yep. Hey, go to the next article. So you sisters, I hope you don't hold yourself out. Hope you don't do it, because any man that gets you something, Valentine's Day come up, he wants something.
Yeah.
He want it. Go to the next one. Pull this up. Pull it up. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna just read the don't confuse sex and love on Valentine's Day.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
A lot of women do that, especially women with low self-esteem. You confuse sex and love. You think that the reason he bought you these chocolates and these flowers and these teddy bear is because he loved you. No, he bought that because he wants sex with you. That's why a lot of you women have had your heart broken soon after Valentine's Day.
Right.
He paid for it with the the chocolate and stuff. He got what he wanted, and then he lost interest in you a few weeks or a few months after that. He lost interest in you. He wasn't, because you confused love and sex.
Right.
Let's go to the next article. Go to the next article.
That lets you know the white man did a good job. He did a great job when it came to this evil right here.
Yep.
He said, you know what? I know we doing something very stupid, but I'm going to get everybody else caught up.
Yeah.
Watch how it works.
Watch how they follow us in our profane and fornicator ways.
There you go.
All we got to do is give Negroes some chocolate. They'll follow. Hey, pull it up. Pull it up. Let's pull it up real quick. So I just want to read the title of this: Valentine's Day spending. This is in 2020, right? Go to the next one and let's see what the picture, because I went straight to the statistics. Pull it up. Let's see how much money is going to be spent in 2020. Read that for us, officer, the top part.
Valentine's Day spending to hit $50 billion in 2020.
$50 billion worth of whores and whoremongers in 2020.
Amazing.
Because you're going to be buying gifts, right?
Right.
Valentine's Day, men expect sex.
Yeah,
90% of them want the draws.
Right.
That's $50 billion worth of prostitution on Valentine's Day.
They break it down on the next sentence.
Read that.
All told, Americans are planning to spend roughly $50 billion for Valentine's Day in 2020, combining $19.2 billion on gifts and $30.7 billion on activities.
What kind of activities?
Right.
Hotel.
Right.
Hotel.
Yup.
Hotel.
The Red Lobster.
Yup.
Right.
Yeah.
Wine and dining.
That
Yup.
Pandora's bracelet.
Yup.
Right.
Every
Ankle
kiss
bracelet.
begin with K.
Oh,
Got him. All of this is for the draws later on tonight. And if they don't get it, you're going to see a side of them that you didn't know they had.
Right.
Lingerie shop's gonna be sold out.
Right.
Everything.
Because they had that on their mind, and they expected you to know what they wanted. Because you know I don't give a damn about this stuff. I only got this so I can get what I really want later. You didn't look at the survey? 90% of us want it. 9 out of 10. And that one might have to check his, he might be 1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
Yay!
Go back to it. So man and women total spent. So you see that, right? Go down.
Yeah.
Go down. Man versus women total spent, right?
It's by equal.
Okay, scroll. Okay, so you see, man, second line says, man are expected to foot slightly more of the Valentine's Day bill spending, approximately $26 billion on that day, with women planning to spend $23 billion.
So they ain't,
Wow.
It ain't just the men.
Right.
The man.
Everybody paying for the draws, right?
Everybody
Because
paying.
you know the sisters doing it too. These sisters starting to act like men nowadays.
Yeah.
For real,
How about it, dude?
Hey, I got you that gift. You know what I want later on.
Right.
Nick, come on. Make sure you over at 8 o'clock and drop the draws.
I don't want no back talk.
Get in and get out and leave.
Right.
They the one with the jobs. They spending money.
For real.
Right.
Hey, go to that last video we got here, because you grade about $50 billion worth of chocolates and gifts and stuff, right? Look what we really doing as a people. Look at this, man. Go to the video, and I want you to play it. Look how. Read that for us. Read that for us, officer.
The dark side of Valentine's
This
Day.
is what we don't worry about. And they talking about dark chocolate. The dark side of Valentine's Day. Read that.
ties between the chocolate industry and child slavery.
Child slavery. Hold on, I thought slavery was over.
Right.
I thought the curses of Deuteronomy 28 were over.
Right.
Oh, child slavery. Play the video.
Here we go.
Turn this up.
Day, one of the busiest days for sales of roses and chocolate, and I understand, Amy, that the roses are piling up outside your apartment door already. This year, Global Exchange is working to raise awareness about part of the dark side of Valentine's Day, the state of the world's cocoa producers who make chocolate. According to Global Exchange, cocoa farms are home to widespread child labor and even child slavery, especially in West Africa.
Global Exchange is calling on the world's biggest chocolate company, M&M Mars, to start selling fair trade certified chocolate. We're joined right now to end our show with Melissa Schweisguth, who is the fair trade coordinator for Global Exchange. Welcome, Melissa.
Good morning.
Well, I'll say happy Valentine's Day, but I don't expect you're going to be celebrating with, well, particular chocolates.
That's right, but there's lots of fair trade to celebrate with.
Can you talk about where chocolate comes from?
Well, chocolate is made of cocoa, as you probably know, and about 70% of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa, with 42% coming from the Ivory Coast alone.
Pause it.
So,
Wow.
Did you hear the statistics, y'all? 70% of the world's chocolate comes from West Africa.
Right.
Where they still got child slavery going on in certain places. So you got black women over here profiting. You got whoremongering men profiting off the slavery of your people that are still on the west coast of Africa.
It didn't come from Willy Wonka.
Right.
No, it wasn't Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Right.
70% of the world's chocolate that we eating is coming from the slavery of your brothers that are still on the west coast of Africa, where the bishops and the captains are over there trying to awake our people right now.
That's right.
We got our people here in America that are going to enjoy the slavery that our people are still going in.
So it went from blood diamonds to blood chocolate now.
Damn. 70% of that, man. Hey, we're gonna end it on this. Colossians 2:8, man.
Bring it out.
That's the dark side of chocolate. 70%, and they enslaving your brothers and sisters in Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, the Ivory Coast. Also, you can have some chocolate and a night full of fornication. Colossians 2:8.
Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
Valentine's Day is full of philosophy. From Cupid, that's a daggone what about Roman god, the son of a Roman goddess, Venus or something like that. Lupercalia, that's philosophy, talking about whipping women with animal skins to make them fertile. That's philosophy. Read on.
And vain deceit. After the tradition of men.
Valentine's Day is a tradition of man. And what man? It's the tradition of the white man.
Right.
Not of God.
Not of God. It's going to say that. Read it.
After the rudiments of the world.
So if you celebrating Valentine's Day, you are worldly.
Right.
You are real worldly.
Bring it out.
And not after Christ.
Because Christ ain't got nothing to do with Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Bring it out.
That is not how he showed love to his neighbor. That's not how he showed love to his people. You have been deceived because if you do more research on it, Valentine's Day was Christianized by the Roman priests.
Bring it out.
Oh, the same ones that was stripping naked.
Yeah. They found a way to bring it into the church by calling it Valentine's Day instead of Lupercalia. Woo.
The same ones that molest little boys.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
We call it Valentine's Day. What do they call it? Saint Valentine's Day.
Right.
Wow.
Valentine's Day.
Holiday.
Exactly right. So we gonna wrap it up on that on Four Corners News. We pray you learn something. Lord's will life lasts. We'll be here next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to bring you nothing but the truth. Because this is where truth speaks. That's right. So we'd like to give a shout out to our FCN tech team. We got Soldier Lemuel on camera 3. Right. We got Officer Ciroc over here on camera 2. We've got Brother Paul in the back. We got Soldier Jakim. We got Soldier Bosa. We got Bezalel in here doing something. We got Officer Azaniah. Officer Bosa. We got Officer Azaniah. He had to take a break. We got too many requests for him to be on FCN and say his name to the camera, so we're giving him a break. For all the single sisters, we want you to catch those spirits. All right, go ahead, Cat.
Definitely, don't forget to support the Booster Club.
That's
Definitely.
Right.
Support. Right now, you have the bishops, captains, mighty men over there in Africa right now.
That's
Nigeria, y'all getting it in.
That's right.
So remember, it can't be done without your support. We got to support our people. Support your nation, y'all.
That's right.
Remember to visit IsraelUnite.org. IsraelUnite.org.
That's right.
Also, we got Solomon's Closet.
Yeah, check out Solomon's Closet.
Yep.
Solomon-closet.com.
There we go.
That's right.
All right, so with that, we say shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Four Corner News, where truth speaks.
Israel United in Christ is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We are a non-violent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1.
Four Corner News, where truth speaks.
Playing with your sin right now, that's so dangerous. Your judgment come quick before you try to hang it off. That's something you can't run away from. That's something you can't run away from. And that's something you can't run away from. That's something you can't run away from. Don't tarry, make haste and delay now. Whenever you get the chance, you better try and get your shit together. You think you're good because your judgment seems it hasn't come. But in the hour, there'll be no place to hide and no place to run. You think you're good in your security, but execution coming speedily. No idle words, you better watch your mouth. You better keep thy foot whenever you step in this house. Playing with your sin right now, that's so dangerous. Your judgment come quick before you try to hang it up. That's something you can't run away from. That's something you can't run away from. And that's something you can't run away from. That's something you can't run away from. And that's something you can't run away from. Can't run from it. That's something you can't run away from.
Death aiming at your waves in the crosshairs. Trying to run, boy, you crash like software. Don't try to get to work when the all-stare boss here. He around the corner like a bald head. Still peddling, still reveling, still selling it. Still illing, you still stealing, you still meddling. Ass sin upon sin for the sheer hell of it. Sin makes skin melanin irrelevant. Oh, you black, wow, still click, clack, pow. Meanwhile, the black cloud in your background. Take advantage of the now that you have here. Or feel pain after death like you can't hear. Every day a challenge, still waiting in a balance. An eternity of violence or inheritance of promise. watching out for your soul like Dr. Shows. If you know we about to go, then let's rock and roll. No more chit chat on the Sabbath selling knickknacks or pimps named slick backs. Let the script fix that. We sharp at toothpicks and pickaxe on the 6 track. Officer, you get that? That.